The facial animation challenge, which is a very complex visual effect in recreating a human face, is one of the most difficult things you can do.
And it was even more difficult, made even more difficult by the fact that we wanted to do someone who was a human being that people knew about. So in shooting it, we started off with having an actor who kind of acted as the body double and face double so that we could have the right motions inside the crowd, right in camera, and basically had to put tracking marks on his face so that when we later had a CG head, we could put those perfectly, we could track those perfectly to the body, so you couldn't tell that a CG head was added on.
The great challenge was in basically getting together a crowd of 400,000 people using only a couple hundred people. So we had instant wardrobe changes. People had to change in and out of jackets and change helmets off and on, and we had a lot of people dressed in these blue sweatshirts, so we could just key their color and make them, of an entirely different team. We shot it on a dirt lot against green screen, because that's basically, we needed a huge area to do that, and then we needed as much green screen and astroturf as we could put down to make it a little bit easier to post. With motion control, we captured about 2,000 people in camera, a couple hundred people at a time. We did a Bulldog motion control crane, which has a 30-foot arm that traveled around 100 feet of track. Basically got about 100 feet away and about 30 feet high. We wanted to stay close enough to where we could still see kind of where we left the coach. We didn't want it to make like a super far pullback where we lost track of where he was, because we still wanted to get the sense of the huddle and everyone is sort of facing a central point. And then from there, the other 398,000, we created both with compositing and with the massive software, which is sort of a software that automates crowd behaviors. We actually used very technical measurements for creating that crowd to scale.
So once we captured the crowd layers in multiple passes of motion control, we basically moved to the hard part by using still photographs to begin to model the head. And modeling the head in itself is something that took many hundreds of hours, to get all the muscles and expressions right, to basically make it so when it started to move, it was going to move in a way that was natural to John Wooden, knowing that that was our goal, to make sure that people couldn't tell the difference between the natural John Wooden in 1972 and our CG John Wooden. For Huddle, that was the most technical aspect of the spot. It was basically pulling together all of these elements that each alone was very, very difficult, but to juggle them all and mix them together in a way that made him into a human being that hopefully, a large percentage of viewers would not be able to tell the difference. That was sort of the most technical aspect of the Huddle spot.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.